Hello viewers, welcome to this video on NS3. In last video, we had discussed about the effects of changes in parameters and observed them all. In this video, we'll discuss about the second.cc file. We'll explore the code, we'll see the ways to run the NS3 scripts and lot more coming up. If you are new to this video, then probably you can check out our previous videos or you can check out the whole playlist. For that, I'll link the link of the videos and playlist in the description box. So, without wasting much time, let's get started with today's topic. So, in this video, we'll cover all the details about the second.cc file. Starting from the code of this file, this is something different. There are some extra lines of code before the actual code starts. There is command lines objects with alias name given as cmd, and if you are observing clearly this code, then you can easily get that this code is ensuring that there are at least one devices in csma channel. We'll explore this when we are running the file. But before all of that, this second.cc file is all about the uses of csma channel and the connection between point-to-point and csma channel. As you can see the default network topology, there are two networks, each for point-to-point and common bus, or you can say csma network. As now there are two networks, we would require two objects of net containers, or you can say the net device containers. According to default network topology, we are making P2P nodes and csma nodes. We are taking two P2P nodes, then adding one nodes from P2P to csma channel, which will eventually cause the creation of two NIC cards in that one single machine, and then creating n csma nodes, which is the variable declared above. Now also the links are different for the point-to-point channel and one for the csma channel. Also, the devices are different, so it will also require two different net device containers. The one thing that you need to observe here is that you can see the attribute data rate, which is considered as device attribute inside point-to-point link, whereas it is considered as channel attribute inside the csma channel. It's because the whole channel inside csma is common bus, and in common bus topology, there is no single path fixed. All devices connected inside common bus are just tapping the signal. Then, moving down, there is a IPv4 stack helper, which we don't need to set up different for the networks, because IPv4 stack will not change with respect to the type of topologies. Then, there is IPv4 address helper, which will cause the IP assignment in different devices automatically. For this also, we don't need different objects. You can easily have an idea of how we can assign IP addresses by just looking at the code. It is just easy peasy stuff. Now let's move to the main part of the simulation, which is setting up the client machine, server machine, and setting up the simulation. As usual, the server is configured first with the port number given as 9 in the parameter of the constructor, and we are taking the last devices, or you can say the last device in the csma channel as a server, which will start at 1 second and stop at 10 seconds. Now the client setup, which is just simple as we have done previously. We are passing the server address and the port number of the server application in the parameter of the constructor. Then taking about the client attributes, max packets are set to 1, interval is set to 1 second, and packet size is set to 1024 bytes. The client will start at 2 seconds and stop at 10 seconds. Now, this makes our script complete, and we just need to write those three compulsory lines, which is simulator.run, then destroy and return 0. Considered as these lines are compulsory lines, or else as a dessert that is always required after a good dinner. And now, let's run the file. For that, as usually, let's first enter the command from /ns3.37 folder. The command is /ns3 space run space mySecond. As you can clearly see, the logs are generated, and also you can confirm by the IP address and the port numbers and other details. Now, to use more CSmaNodes, you can fire the command which is /NS3 space run space mySecond hyphen n CSMA equals to the number of CSMA devices that you want. Suppose we want 100 devices, then we can type here 100. The second most important thing are observation of .pkf file and NetAnim's animation. In order to observe the .pkf file, we don't need to do any changes. The code is already written. We can just find the file with .pkf extension named second.x-y. And over here, x-y refers to the node index and NIC's index, as we have discussed in previous videos. Now, second thing, if you want to generate .xml file for the observation in NetAnim, then we need to make sure that headers files NetAnim-module and mobility-module are included, and just before simulator.run, we can add the manual positioning for each and every node by adding the code below. You can just copy and paste code from the description box and paste in your file and then run the file, which is just simple to understand that it is just setting the constant position in x and y axis. Then we can run the file and open that .xml file named second.xml inside NetAnim from following the steps that we have done in previous videos. So that's it for today's video. We have explored the second.cc file, we have explored the different ways to run the file, and lot more. Hope you liked it. We'll meet in the next video. Till then, keep learning and keep exploring.